welcome back to the channel. Today, I don't have my Helen Keller glasses.
Nope, I went ahead and got him some new glasses.
And I thanked her very much because these are pretty awesome glasses. By the way, I'm David.
And I'm Bonnie.
This is my better half, Bonnie. And welcome back to the Nerdy Magpie.
Episode number
34. I was wrong last week, and it wasn't 32, it was 33. So today is 34.
I hope it
is 34.
Well, I hope you all have had a good stitching week. And if you've had cold weather, or I hope it's getting better for you. It's supposed to start getting warmer here, which I'm more of a cold weather gal. I think David likes more cold weather too.
Oh, yeah.
Here in the south, it gets too warm too fast. We're going to have tons of bugs. And no, thank you. I just don't care for all that.
It's fairly warm out there today. It's in the 60s, which...
I don't think it's hit that high yet, because there's a little nip in the air.
There's a nip in the air, but if there's no wind blowing out there, it's very warm.
Well, I would say that.
The dogs are enjoying their day outside right now, so that's why it's quiet.
Thank the Lord.
And but Saturday we even had flurry Saturday night and didn't even expect it, but it was really cold Saturday.
And this is the problem. Everybody's going to be sicker than dogs because when the weather fluctuates like this, it's not good. So, anyways, so last week I was not feeling that well, and I ended up going to my 6 month.
Yes.
I have to go every 6 months to have my blood drawn and stuff to check my different levels in my body, and it's just I'm not feeling good. And the doctor I go to, he's more of a homeopathic doctor, and he's the only one that takes David's insurance, and he just care for him. I mean, he's got a wonderful bedside manner, and he acts like he's listening to you, but he really don't want to do anything for you. So
yeah, we think that she had some blood panels drawn, and she's a little anemic, and she has
not by much though, only a point.
Right, and your rheumatoid arthritis factor is up, so we think that's what's causing her aching. But
I do have fibromyalgia and restless legs and a lot of other things too, but not to the point where I should be waking up sweating and
just aching all over.
Just aching.
Right.
And when that aching starts, it's like you've got the flu and you don't feel like moving. But he doesn't act concerned, so I told David I might as well just sit. All the others look okay.
Yeah.
So
we're going to find her another doctor, I believe.
We'll see. Okay, well, I guess we'll talk about, I don't think I had any finishes this week. Well, I did finish the leaves on Memorial Park. So I guess that'll lead us into, I'll talk about this later. Okay. But I'll go into my daily stitching, and my one daily stitch is Memorial Park by Praiseworthy Stitches, and I try to work on this every day, but I'm going again to where I don't stitch on any cross stitch on Sundays. I just like the day off. So, and I can get other things done. And so, anyways, I finally got all the leaves done. They don't look like a lot, but that was a lot. And on top of it all, somewhere I'm off on the branches. So I just added them here, there, and everywhere. And any that you see blank areas, those are going to be little ball players sitting in the branches, sitting on the branches. So I was happy to get that done. So that, I guess that would be counted as a finish.
Yeah, it looks good.
So there's that one.
And when she says she takes off Sunday, that's cross stitch. But that doesn't mean she just takes off. This lady, she likes to keep busy.
Well, it's either keep busy or be bored stiff, and I can't stand to be bored. So when you've been a mom for I don't know. Well, 33 years is our oldest one, but I was home with them 24/7 for a long time, and they were my whole job. I was constantly busy, so just sit is not a thing for me. So, um, so my next one. So we've been playing
Adventure Asylum.
Adventure Asylum, which David made up, and is based loosely on Jesse Marie Dunn's stuff.
Milestone Manor.
Milestone Manor. And we made it, David made it our own, and he wrote the clues and all the game board and everything. Did you show the pictures of the game board?
No, I showed the pictures of the game board last week.
Yeah, but you didn't have it colored in.
No, but I will be posting pictures of the gameplay for this week. And
I think we're going to start, didn't we talk about doing a short every day?
Yeah, we're going to do a short every day of where she goes next and what whip she's working on. We ran into one snag, and that's the nice thing about starting this from scratch, is that we can adjust the game as we need it until we get it going pretty good, and then we can, sometimes you run into things that you don't think about when you're planning it out, and so she got a penalty and had to go back to her room and start a stitch that she had already started on and already finished.
I'll explain that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I'll explain why I got the penalty too.
Okay.
Okay. I don't mean to interrupt him, but I don't want him to tell everything, because then I wouldn't have nothing to tell you all. Since you don't know my Flosstube agenda.
Oh, I can see your Flosstube agenda.
Okay. Yes, you can, but you don't know what I'm going to talk about.
That's true.
You just wing it. I don't. I plan. So, anyways, so the first one I worked on was, so we did a Flosstube last Sunday. So, Heritage Sampler was the first one. And I've been wanting to work on that one. And
let me find it. It is number
the thing
3.
about Heritage Sampler is when I went down, it didn't match up.
Heritage.
So therefore, was it Heritage Sampler? No. Yes. Was it Heritage Sampler?
I don't remember.
Maybe it wasn't Heritage Sampler. No. I don't think it was Heritage Sampler. I don't think so. But anyways, I'm going across. So, that's what I got done. I got 150 stitches on there. One of these, though, I did have to take out because it didn't match up.
And that was actually the whip for the first room.
Yes. That was the whip
we
for
mentioned
the first
that
room.
last Sunday.
So I got 150 stitches in that. And then the next day, I rolled a dice, and David will have to explain to you, or you can watch on our shorts how it works. So the next one was Sleepy Hollow, and I got 150 stitches on that one. So, I got the next two, that day I got the roof done up to the dormer window. And then, just leave this one out.
Yeah.
So, I think Little Halloween is the one. So, the next day was Little Halloween, and I put 150 stitches in that.
So just quickly, she entered the manor, or the asylum, at the entrance. From the entrance, she goes to the main lobby. That's where she rolls the dice once she completes it, to let her know what the next room she's going to be going to.
So yes, I did make a mistake way up here. Way up here. Right where my finger is. So I had to take it all the way out and then put it back in.
I don't think I would have been able to tell if you hadn't.
Oh, you would have told. And on top of it all, because there's going to be a tree in here and stuff, and it's necessary. And like I've said before, you take shortcuts, you're going to get long consequences, and I really am tired of taking long consequences. So the next time I'll bring this down, and then it'll end here, and then I'll work on the seam. So that was 150 stitches. But really, I probably did close to 400 that day after I took everything out and put it back in. The next day, I did Millie, which I was excited to get out because I've been wanting to work on her for a while. I was getting a little tired of Halloween stitching. And he wasn't picking these for me. This is what has been in the room. And
Well,
so he didn't know that it was going to be a lot of Halloween
how I did it, and it was similar to Jessie Marie does stuff, was that her bigger projects.
I put goals down for him.
Right. I put in the earlier rooms so that she could work on those because penalties would cause her to go back and work on some of them more. So that way her smaller projects would be easier for her to do, but the larger projects, she could work on those more if she got penalties.
So I got started on his butt here. So I got down here, and I think I'm getting close to his tail, and then I'll just have her short little legs here, and then I'll have to fill in the little pieces in the blanket. So that was fun to do. I'll be happy when I get this done because it's a lot of fill-in work. And then the next one was Blizzard. And when I got to that room, he told me it was Blizzard, and that was fine. I didn't mind working on Blizzard. This is Animal Crackers. Did I ever show Blizzard?
Yes.
I probably did.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fox, the white fox. And I guess I had set a goal to do the left side of his face. Well, I didn't realize how big his side of his face was going to be. And I knew I'd be on that forever. And there's other ones I'd rather spend. There's a lot of other projects I have a lot to do on that I'd rather spend my time doing that than do this for 3 or 4 days. So I got quite a bit done right here. But that's all I wanted to do. So we came up with a thing that there would be a penalty if I moved. So I told him, I said, do you mind if I take the penalty and move on to another room? And he said no. So I got to roll again, and then I rolled the dice, and for every number that I roll, or every pip on the dice that I rolled, it would add up to 10 stitches. So I rolled a 2. So I had to do 20 extra stitches in Sleepy Hollow, and I got the window done.
So her penalty for Blizzard was to move back to the main lobby. And the main lobby was Sleepy Hollow, 150 stitches.
Plus the 20.
Right. She
so
rolled
I
the
got
die.
170 stitches in this. And this is the color that they call for DMC. I looked to make sure over and over again, and that's the color. So I don't know. I don't think that was the color. In fact, the picture that shows Sleepy Hollow for cross stitch by cross stitch is it Cricket? What
is the Cricket collection.
If I had looked at the picture, because I only had a black and white printer. If I had looked at it, I would have done a variegated thread for the roof, which would have made it look like straw, and then I would have done the colors that they showed in the picture instead of what she's calling for. So I hope it'll turn out well. We'll see. And then, so I completed that one. And then I went to the next room.
You have that one?
Yes,
or did
I do.
put that
I
one
do.
back? Okay.
And I went to the next room, and it was Sleepy Hollow again. And I thought, no, I'm done with Sleepy Hollow for now. So I told him, I said, why don't we make it where I can spin a wheel and then add on, for spinning the wheel, I had to add on extra stitches, which was fine. and for every time I do he decided I'd have to do 10 extra stitches.
So if she got the same width that she had previously and she wanted to change it, she could spin the wheel to find another width to do, but she had to do a 10 extra stitches on that width.
On that width. And so it spun this number, and I can't remember what spring is, but anyways.
Spring is...
I don't know what number it is.
Number 23.
23. So I got 100. Well, I got a lot more than that in here today because I had to take out things as usual. But I did the whole tree today, and most of these leaves I had to take out and redo. So I got quite a bit of stitches in there. Lovely for me. But I'm really liking it. I still like it. So, and then I went.
Then you rolled the dice today, and she got the cafeteria.
The cafeteria, and then I rolled the die. What was the task? The task was spring again.
Yes.
So now I have to finish the tree, which is fine, and there's a fence that goes along here, which is fine. So if I have to spend 3 or 4 days on it, at least it'll get some good stitching time in. Because this is one of my bigger pieces. And this is how big it's going to be. And I need to get it done. So he said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm sure." So wherever it's gridded, that's how big it's going to be. So I definitely, and I've been doing this one since, let me look. I've been doing this one since December 2022. So it is time to get this done. So that's what I meant about that blizzard. I didn't mind at all taking a penalty because, like I said, some of these bigger ones have been hanging around for a while, and I need to get them finished.
So I think and this was Bonnie's idea, and I think it was a great idea, but I think what we're going to do is possibly have 2 or more stitches
that memorial part
per room. And then that way, if she has to go back to that room
or I could
for a penalty, she can choose the width that she wants to do. If she's already, say she goes back to the lobby and there's Sleepy Hollow, Little Halloween, and Spring, then she can choose the width that she wants to do out of that room.
Or I could do a free choice and take a penalty.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
So I think that's a good way to do it because, after seeing how it was played for the first few days or so,
it was getting a little monotonous.
Great, but if you got the pitfall and you had to go back, or you rolled the die and you got the same room you were in, you were working on the same project, and yes, that is monotonous. So to spice it up, we decided to put more whips per room.
Yep.
And we're going to do the shorts of each day because I took pictures of each day of what room she was in and what whip she did. So I don't know if she wants to do those with me or if I just need to put the pictures on a video and then do a voice overlay of what we did.
I think a voice overlay would be nice.
And then that way you can just view the short to see her progress.
Yeah, because I try to, as soon as I'm done stitching and as soon as he gets up for the day, I tell him I'm finished, and then I go ahead and do the game. So he can be filming me and then do a voice overlay, and that way I don't have to be in it if I don't want to.
You're going to be in it.
And really, I don't want to show, I'm not sure exactly how to show everything, because if I do a short every day, then you'll have seen everything I stitched on, and then I won't have anything to show you on Mondays. Quiet. So I'll probably just have him do a voice over of me playing the game, and then I'll show you what I got done on Mondays for the week. Quiet. Hey, it's just the chicken. and the turkeys. Be quiet.
Yeah, our chickens and turkeys have decided they like the neighbor's yard better. The neighbor's yard is fenced, and they have foxes over there.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
give us a minute. Sorry about that. We're back.
So I also so my plans are Asylum Adventure and do all the whips that come up for that, or the penalty whips. They're not really a penalty whip, but you know. And then also work on my purple cell, which I got this block done here, so David will show that one better. That's the next color that came up for me. I'm doing my own colors. So, the other thing is I'm gonna have to. I need to put a hot iron to this and take out the grid. Just the grid to me is almost like holding your mama's hand. It's a safety thing to me, but it's not matching up at all. Which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I decided to do it according the grid how I thought it was going to be, and it's something totally different. So, yeah. So rather than just keep trying to count over and over again the wrong way, I just need to iron that out. Okay. So that one's taken care of. Okay, the other thing is I want to show you my fully finish.
Ta-da!
And let's turn
We
it
have it
on.
on a rotating stand. Isn't that grand? I think she did an excellent job.
David helped me. I
Very little.
Like I said before, I don't do math. And so he cut out the circles and stuff for me, but I watched for several years finishing tutorials, and I really wanted to do this one, and I knew I could do it. I've sewed for many years, and
that piece of hot glue.
Yeah. We'll take it off. It's no big deal. So I knew there had to be a better way than most people do their drums, and I think it worked out great.
So,
and so
this piece is 14 inches long.
Here's
so
the bottom.
The diameter is not half of 14 inches.
Right, that's what some people said.
So you basically have to break it down to quarters. So 3.5, but given the technicality of the radius, pi, and blah, 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 that I don't know anything about, it turned out to be 4 inches.
So anyways, and instead of sewing this by hand, I did it on my machine. And then rather than, it just was not working out to dome this up in gradual things. So I did, like, let's just say for instance 6, and then I would do a 4, and then I would do a 3, and then maybe a 2, and I would layer it like you do lasagna, or if you're making lasagna or whatever. I layered it that way, and I think it came out much better than being, it was like almost like this, like it was tunneling, and to me that looks horrible. And then the other thing I did was I put this on an oatmeal can and stitched it. So it was like a holder for me. Then trying to hold it in one hand or put pins in it, which will poke you. It's better to have a holder. So that's what I did there. And then on the inside, we stuffed it with the stuffing. And a lot of people like to use that lizard litter. But I've stuffed a lot of things. I do a lot of crochet and amigurumi animals and different things. And it ends up, there's people who are allergic to like sawdust, and that's what lizard litter basically is sawdust. And I know it made my nose run a lot, and it would fall through the cracks and stuff like that. And you use a lot of it, and it's very expensive. So instead, I stuffed it around, and then I put And that reminds me, we need to look for some leggings, maybe on the clearance aisle.
Yeah.
But I take, usually, my daughter used to be in ballet, so I would take her tights a lot of times and fill things with the tights because it holds all that in and it's not all over the place coming through. So, anyways, we came up with something, and I told him it had to be a little stretchy. And so what he uses is what is it
It
called?
is glass beading media for sandblaster. Get it at Harbor Freight. It's cheap and it works great.
It's expensive initially, but you don't use much.
Nope.
And it lasts forever. So much better than that. And so this is what it came out like.
And it's heavier.
It is heavier, so it sits very nice on here. And like I said, I don't remember who I seen had this, but you can do it counterclockwise or you can do it clockwise. Like that, however you want to do it. So I definitely will be doing more of these. I really enjoyed it. I like how it turned out. I don't like a long pin drum, so I wanted it short and squatty. And it worked out just fine.
Yep. So
there that is, and that was my fully finished. Finally, a fully finished, and that's what I'm going to be doing on Sundays. I'm going to try to finish some stuff in my big box of whips that I finished, my finished whips, and see what I can get done. But so now we're going to talk about what's in the box.
What's in the box?
And I will have my eyes shut.
And I will be watching. Because I am everywhere. Not really, but...
You wish.
I don't wish. No, not really. I'm making a lot of sounds in here because I'm doing a lot of different things. So that
I just hope I remember what I put in there.
She doesn't know what I'm doing.
I wouldn't remember anyways.
Show you this real quick. And I'm looking for eyeballs that are open and they're not. So good job, Bonnie. Now it is laying in front of you and you can look at it.
Huh.
It's what is in the box, so I don't know what it is, but...
Okay, so this was one thing I completed last year, and it was hands-on design. If you remember showing this when I did my finishes, my box of finishes. So anyways, this is how I store my, I use this for my patterns. Usually it's not folded like that, but I didn't really care. But anyways, I always keep them in these...
sheet protectors.
Sheet protectors, that's right. And then I have magazine file folders. I don't right now. I have them all in boxes. But anyways, I have those magazine file folders. And these go on the side. And I can see what I have. So that's how I protect those. And then here's the cards that I make up. Now that I've got a colored printer... I guess I did have a haul. David got me a color printer off of Marketplace. He needs to finish setting it up, but I'll be excited to get some more of these. So I usually, and you see my little printer I have, so I put the picture on here and then write all the pertinent information on it. So, and then I just fold it up and put that in the front of my project bag or my file or my product folder. And so that's what that is for. So that's what's in the box for this
week.
This week. Forgot that was folded up in it. But anyways, we'll just put it in there. I don't fold it up this time.
No, I wasn't going to.
No, I like to have them a certain way. I have a certain way I like to put things because then when I flip through them, I can see what I have in there. So, I know I'm a little OCD and David makes fun of me all the time for that.
Don't make fun of her.
It works for me. So.
Hey, if it works for her,
and
it works
in the
for
end,
her.
you do it right the first time, you don't have long consequences. And believe you me, how many hours did I go through and do all my patterns?
Long time. Long time.
And lots.
I haven't learned that rule yet. No,
We just won't go
kidding.
there. So he's doing better than he used to. So, okay, and last week I talked about us making beef stew. Let me tell you, that was excellent beef stew. That was the first time I ever made that recipe. It was good. And then after that, we still weren't feeling the best. And Tuesdays are usually Taco Tuesdays. And David says, why don't we do quesadillas with the beef stew? So he put the beef stew in the quesadillas. Oh, turned out so good.
I have a good idea every now and then.
That was really, really good. It just was, it was good. So.
And then Friday we had upside down pizza. That was very good.
Turned out really good. So.
And if you don't know what that is, it's a casserole dish, cheese, veggies, meat, sauce, and then pizza crust on top. You bake it.
350 for 30 minutes. Some people call it bubble pizza.
I don't care what you call it, it was delicious.
It was very good. So we need to go and have lunch. We haven't had lunch yet, and I'm hungry. And
don't forget Valentine's Day this Saturday for the one you love.
And it doesn't have to be your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. We sent Valentine's gifts to our grandbabies. My mom did that every year for my grandchildren, and they absolutely loved it. And
we would give Valentine's to our kids, and
yes, we still do. We still do.
It's just, it's not for romantic love. It's for love.
Yes,
anyone
it's for
you love.
The one that you love in your life. Even if it's your pet, if you absolutely love your pet, get them a little something. But make sure and tell the ones you love that you love them, because you never know what's going to happen. And whatever you do, do it to your heart's content. Bye.
Bye.